Hey Killer Bees, it's Pahla B from PahlaBFitness.com, where every week I bring you fun workouts with friendly encouragement. And you guys, today we've got a sweaty one. I've got an all-seated, all-cardio, no load-bearing workout that's sure to burn lots of calories, lots of fat, and get you fit in just about 20 minutes. You do not need any equipment at all except the sturdy chair. I've got a great warm-up for us, and when you're ready for this one, I am totally ready. Let's go! All right, you guys, we are gonna get right into it. Come on forward all the way to the edge of your seat. We're gonna make sure that we're really engaging that core and have as much of a full range of motion as possible. We're gonna get started with a nice warm up. I've got my handy dandy gym boss here set for intervals of 15 seconds. We're gonna get started with some arm circles, just like we do, to make sure, oh my goodness, that those shoulders are open. You know, I always start with arm circles because frankly, I like to work from the top down, and also my shoulders always carry more tension than I think they are. And then we're going to do some arm crossers as well. Not very long intervals today, so you'll notice that we're moving kind of quickly. Right now, we're moving a little bit slowly. We're going to do high knees next, but what I mean is that we don't have a ton of time to really get too far into each exercise. Here is high knees. The good news, bad news of that situation, actually there is no bad news, the good news for that situation is simply that you can move at your own pace. Getting your best workout is always what I want for you. We're going to do some knee openers, open it up, and then open on the other side. Keeping your hips in one place, but opening your knee out to the side. My booty is sliding around a little bit on the chair, but we're really working on that inner and outer thigh, opening up that hip. We're gonna do arm circles again. We're actually gonna go through this warm up 3 times, 15 seconds, not a lot of time for mobility work. So I really wanna make sure that all of our joints are really ready for the work today. So going forward and back, and then arm crossers as well. I've got a great sweaty one for us today, and that's why we're bringing up our heart rate gently right now. There's going to be plenty of high heart rate work today. When it beeps again, gonna do those high knees, bringing that knee to your chest, using your hands to just kind of bring it up, really getting some good mobility through those hips. Doing such a good job, starting to feel warmer, starting to feel like we're moving and grooving now, bringing that heart rate up. And here we go with knee openers, open to one side, and then step out to the other. Awesome job. We are gonna do these 4 exercises one more time through before we get started on the main workout today. I'm actually gonna give you a 15-second rest. Here we go with arm circles. Whew, I know, the warm-up actually has less rest than the rest of the workout, and it's funny how we do that, but I wanna make sure that we are feeling warm. You know, there's no point in jumping right into, here we go with arm crossers, jumping right into a workout where your heart rate just goes up, up, up and spikes right away. We want to make sure that your body is warmed and gentle. Your muscles are ready for more movement and more work. Here we go with high knees for the 3rd and final time. Feeling good, feeling ready for it. Here's what it looks like today. I've got a progressive workout for us. And what that means is that it's gonna start off kind of easy. Here we go with knee openers, and then it's gonna get tougher. Although, it's not gonna get so tough that it's unmanageable. This is a very beginner-friendly workout. I do enjoy beginner-friendly workouts because it means that you can get your best workout, 15 seconds of rest before we go into our first exercise, which is overhead to high knees. We're just gonna do 15 seconds, and then we're gonna get rest from it. So yes, it's a fast 15 seconds, but we do get to take plenty of rest. So here we go, hands up overhead, bringing both hands down to one high knee. You can take this as something of an extended warm-up if you're not quite ready yet, or we can start going at a nice fast pace. When it beeps, we'll get 15 seconds of rest, and then we're gonna get progressively more difficult, which means that we're doing overhead to high knees again, plus forward hinge arm flappers. What that means is that we're going to hinge forward while flapping our arms. It's exactly what it sounds like. Here we go with overhead to high knees. When it beeps again, we don't get to rest yet. We're gonna go straight into those forward hinge arm flappers. This progressive workout today means that our intervals of work, here we go, forward hinge arm flappers, get progressively more difficult. But We're doing one of my favorite protocols. I call them step stools or step ladders. It's a ladder workout and it gets tougher, but it's kind of a short ladder. Here we go with 15 seconds of rest. When it beeps again, this is as tough as it's gonna get. We're gonna do the overhead to high knees, the forward hinge arm flappers, and then something I call reach across, which is exactly what it sounds like. You're gonna reach across your body with your arm going one way. Here we go with overhead to high knees. Whoo, I know, it's fast transitions today. Which is why I love a timer workout. Honestly, it means that, if you miss a couple seconds here or there for the transitions, here we go with forward hinge arm flappers. You're still gonna be moving. Still gonna be getting your best workout, moving at your pace. You might be going faster than me. You might be going slower than me. We're just doing the work. When it beeps again, here we go with reach across. Reach across with your hand and reach out with the opposite leg. Really reaching all the way with both parts of your body, upper and lower. When it beeps again, we will get 15 seconds of rest. Awesome. Oh my gosh. That was the whole step stool or step ladder. And we're going to do it one more time. So when it beeps again, we're going to do 15 seconds of overhead to high knees. But then we get to take that 15 seconds of rest again. So here we go. Hands up overhead. Coming down to those high knees, really thinking about pulling in that core, making sure that your abs are engaged all the time with this workout. Sitting right on the edge of our seat like this, 15 seconds of rest, means that we really have to think about keeping your spine upright. And to keep your spine upright, we've got to pull in those abs. When it beeps again, we're going to do the overhead to high knees, plus the forward hinge arm flappers again. Getting tougher, I know, that's what we do with ladder workouts. We climb that ladder and we get tougher. But as I pointed out, this ladder is never too big. It is not an 8-foot ladder. It's just a step stool. Here we go with the forward hinge arm flappers. By the time we get to the top of the step stool, yes, the work interval is very long, but it's still manageable to go at your pace. When it beeps again, 15 seconds of rest. Very nice job. This is it. The last time we're going to do overhead to high knees. We're going to do all 3 exercises together, the overhead to high knees, the forward hinge arm flappers, and the reach across before we move on to our next step stool. Here we go with overhead to high knees. Nice and quick. Good job. Really thinking about bringing that knee to your chest rather than bending over into it. Next time we get to bend, here we go with that forward hinge arm flapper. Keeping your back nice and straight, abs are engaged. Flapping those arms like we're trying to fly away. When it beeps again, going right into those reach across, reaching with your arm and reaching with the opposite foot. Reach across and reach across. When it beeps again, we will get 15 seconds of rest, and then we have a whole new set of exercises. It's very exciting. Very nice job. Coming up next, we're going to do double knees. What that means is we're going to start with our hands over our head. I'm kind of twisting to one side. I'm going to bring, for me, my right leg up to bring your knee to both hands, and then switching to the other side to bring the left knee up to both hands. So there's a little bit of a swivel, a pivot here in the middle. You know what you have to do when you're swiveling and pivoting? You have to engage those abs. This is all core work all the time today. 15 seconds of rest. But it's also all cardio. Are you noticing that? My heart is already pounding. My breathing is getting faster. That's how we burn calories, and that's how we burn fat. When it beeps again, going to do those double knees again. This time we're pairing it with rainbow jacks. Going to keep those hands up overhead. That's how we get that heart rate nice and high. But we're going to stay seated forward. Hands are going to roll across the top of your body like a rainbow. Going to bring up one knee on one side, one knee on the other side. So hands are rolling up overhead, going side to side, and bringing up one knee kind of out to the side. This is a different way to work those abs and work that core. 15 seconds of rest. Really focus a little bit more on the obliques when we do side to side motion like that. You guys, we're at the top of the step stool. When it beeps again, gonna do those double knees, and we're gonna add on at the end frog reaches. So here we go with double knees. When it beeps again, gonna do those rainbow jacks again, staying more towards the center, but still doing the lateral movement. Frog reaches are where we have our knees nice and wide, and we're gonna stay to the front. We're gonna reach to the ground. So rainbow jacks now. We're gonna reach to the ground and then reach up. This is, if we were standing, it would be a squat. So we're trying to get our hands as low as possible and then as high as possible. So all the way down, all the way up. As you're bending forward and as you're coming back up, making sure to keep that core engaged nice and tight, protecting your spine while working your heart and lungs. When it beeps, again, 15 seconds of rest. That was the top of the step stool. And we're gonna start at the bottom one more time. When it beeps again, gonna do those double knees. Catch your breath. If you need a sweat towel or to catch a sip of water, that's okay. Here we go with those double knees. You know, with an interval workout like this, 15 seconds is long enough for work, but not very long for rest. When it beeps, we will get to rest again. We're starting at the bottom of that step stool. I like the way we do these progressive ladders, where we get a little bit of a break and then we get to build, and then a little bit of a break and then we get to build. When we beeps again, gonna do double knees again, and this time we're adding on those rainbow jacks. So double knees on one side and double knees on the other, getting that pivot in the middle and really thinking about keeping those abs pulled in tight. If you need to modify this, if it's feeling like your heart rate is going crazy, here we go with rainbow jacks. Feel free to either move slower or make your movements a little bit smaller. Keeping your hands closer to your body will help keep your heart rate down. When it beeps again, 15 seconds of rest. You guys, we have climbed this step stool. Again, this is the last time around. I'm gonna start with those double knees, add on the rainbow jacks, and then add on the frog reaches. Are you ready for it? I know, me too. Here we go with double knees. Whoops, tried to reach on the same side rather than going across my body. When we reach across your body like this, we're not just targeting the abdominals in the front, we're getting the obliques on the side. That's how we get a nice, sleek middle. And here we go with rainbow jacks. Working the body from all angles today. Even while we're seated, we can get a great full body workout. When it beeps again, doing those frog reaches. Awesome. Reach down, reach up. You guys, this is as tough as this little step stool is gonna get, and I am happy that we are just about ready for rest and just about ready for another step ladder. Awesome job, 15 seconds of rest. Coming up next, this is an exercise that I call toy soldiers. What that means is we're gonna have your hands up overhead, gonna reach your opposite hand for your opposite foot. So reaching across your body with a big kick and a big reach. Awesome. My knees are popping while I'm doing this. If you are super flexible, you might be able to get a great big kick out of it. I'm not especially flexible, so I'm just bringing my foot up, 15 seconds of rest, and focusing on keeping my core in versus trying to kick super hard or super high. When it beeps again, gonna do those toy soldiers again, and then we're gonna add on some running. Yes, you can run in a chair. Here we go with toy soldiers. It's kind of exactly what it sounds like. You're gonna swing your arms like you're running as fast as you can. You're gonna move your feet like you're running as fast as you can. You will be surprised, if you have not done seated running before, how very high your heart rate can get. So again, you're kind of coordinating those movements, moving your opposite arm and opposite knee at the same time, really pulling in those abs, because you notice that we're not really keeping one foot on the ground, 15 seconds of rest, for very long. That was a lot of ab work, and you have survived the first time. Here we go again with toy soldiers, the running, and this time we're adding on roller coaster swoops, which means that we're starting down on one side, roller coastering in the middle, and then swooping down to the other side. Toy soldiers is first. Nice big kick and big reach. When it beeps again, we get to go for a run. My favorite exercise in the whole wide world. Here we go. The roller coaster swoops are coming up next. And the way I like to think about the roller coaster, if you've ever been on a loop-de-loop roller coaster, we're gonna have both hands starting on one side, like one hip, one knee. We're gonna keep your hands together and swoop up and around, and then swoop down to the other side. It's basically a big egg beater here in the middle, really thinking about keeping that core in tight. Oh my goodness, this is working those abs. 15 seconds of rest, and that was as tough as that step stool is gonna get. I know, the workout, as we go through it, the exercises start to get harder. And I'll tell you now, I only have one more step ladder for us. Here we go with toy soldiers. Awesome job. Just 15 seconds. Starting that step ladder again. I do like it when we climb these little step stools that we get to come back down. 15 seconds of rest. Because it feels like we get a chance to bring our heart rate down a little. I know that when you're in the middle of this kind of a workout, your heart rate just gets up and stays up, but getting a chance to catch your breath. Here we go with toy soldiers. Awesome job. Getting a chance to catch your breath in the middle of a tough workout can really help you manage your way all the way through it. When it beeps again, we're gonna run. Awesome job. Here we go. Moving those feet, moving those arms. You want to make this harder, you can make your arms go bigger. You want to make it easier, you can keep your foot on the ground a little bit longer. Engaging those abs, a little bit less, can really help manage your heart rate. When it beeps again, you guys, we're doing that step ladder for the second and final time, all the way through. Toy soldiers, then running, then roller coaster swoops. And here we go with toy soldiers. Both hands up. Nice big kick. Really thinking about sitting up straight and tall for this one. You could certainly reach your toes better if you were curling down into it, but that's not entirely the point of this exercise. Here we go with running, nice and fast. Swinging those hands, swinging those feet. Good job. When it beeps again, doing roller coaster swoops, really thinking about keeping your core in tight. If you feel this in your lower back, make the movement smaller. You do not need to be twisting as big as I am. This is much more about cardio and doing your best than trying to make it look exactly like me. When it beeps again, 15 seconds of rest, and you guys, this is our final step stool. We're gonna start with rope climbers, which is exactly what it sounds like. We're gonna act like there's a big rope right here in front of us, and we're gonna try and climb that rope. Now, I will tell you that I was never especially good at rope climbing when I was a kid, and I haven't even tried it in a really long time. But it's kind of fun to pretend. Moving your arms, moving your feet, really keeping that core engaged. I know, I've said that a lot today. 15 seconds of rest. When it beeps again, we're gonna do those rope climbers again, and we're gonna add on jumping jacks. I know, who knew you could do jumping jacks from a chair, but you totally can. Here we go with rope climbers. Had to think about which way my arms were moving, which way my feet were moving. You know, maybe that's why I wasn't very good at climbing a rope. It requires coordination, and I'm not great at that. When it beeps, gonna do jumping jacks. Both hands together and feet together. Then hands out, feet out. Moving together, just like a jumping jack, except we're not jumping at all. Really thinking about keeping that core in tight, moving your arms, moving your feet. Good job. 15 seconds of rest. And then here we go. This is the whole step ladder. Rope climbers, jumping jacks, plus windmills. We're gonna have our arms and our feet wide, gonna reach the opposite hand down towards your opposite foot. Starting with rope climbers. Okay. I think I should have made the rope climbers the third exercise in this little step stool. It's definitely the hardest for me to get going because it feels so uncoordinated. When it beeps again, here we go with jumping jacks. I've been doing jumping jacks for enough of my life that I can mostly handle this. When it beeps again, gonna keep those hands wide and those feet wide. Gonna reach your opposite hand for your opposite foot. Getting some good windmills. All the way down, all the way up. Oh, this is a heart buster. Goodness gracious, if your heart was not pounding yet, it certainly is now. When it beeps again, we're gonna get 15 seconds of rest. Great. Great job. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do that step ladder one more time, the final time. We're gonna start with 15 seconds of rope climbers and 15 seconds of rest. I'm gonna get myself into position first, so maybe I can do it properly this time. Really thinking about reaching up and pulling down, getting some kind of bonus upper body work in here today. Even without weights, you can still flex your muscles and tone your whole body. 15 seconds of rest. Catch your breath. Grab a sip of water if you need to. We're starting again with those rope climbers. I'm gonna have my hands up and ready to go. And we're adding on the jumping jacks this time. When it beeps, we'll be ready to go. Here it is. Rope climbers. Feeling like we're pulling ourselves up. Keeping that core in tight. Engaging all those muscles. When it beeps, gonna go into jumping jacks. Awesome. Feet wide and hands wide. Good. You notice there is almost no time in this workout, or this part, the step stool rather, where we've got our feet just planted on the ground. We are really engaging those abs. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is it. The final step stool, the final time. We're gonna start again with those rope climbers, adding on the jumping jacks, and then adding on the windmills. Hands up, here we go. Climbing the rope for the second and final time, which is really, goodness, if we're going through it, how many times have we done rope climbers? A lot. This is our final time with them though. When it beeps again, we're gonna do jumping jacks. Here we go. Awesome job. When it beeps again, gonna keep those feet wide and hands wide. Gonna go right into windmills. Nice long work interval. Really working for it. Awesome. Reach down towards the opposite foot and back up. Keeping those abs engaged, you guys. This is it, the final exercise. When it beeps again, we will be done. But we're not quite finished. If you've done my workouts before, you know I have one final thing for us, and here's what it is. It's 30 seconds, 2 intervals of burpees. Here's what it looks like. Feet are gonna be a little bit wider than hip width apart. Scoot your butt back. You're gonna push yourself up, and then hands come up. So push yourself up so butt comes off the seat. This is upper body work as well as cardio. When it beeps, we do not get a rest. We're doing 30 seconds, but now we're halfway done. The next time it beeps is the last time it's going to beep. Try really hard not to use your feet. This is upper body. Great job. Really, really working for it. And that was it. Oh my goodness. I promised you a sweaty good time today, and I really hope that you enjoyed this workout as much as I did. Thank you so much for sweating with me today. I'll see you next time. Before you go, make sure that you grab this week's mini challenge. What's the mini challenge? You guys, it's a free weekly workout calendar that I've got for you on pahlabfitness.com. 5 fun workouts Monday through Friday to get you fit and keep you motivated, one mini challenge at a time. You should see an interactive card or maybe a pop-up somewhere around me, or if you're on mobile or desktop, you can also click on the description below for a link to take you to my website and learn all about it. Make sure that you use the hashtag Pahla B Mini Challenge so that I can cheer you on. And happy sweating this week, Killer Bee!